Greetings everyone, this is Dr. Young and I'm going to do a couple short videos for you just to talk about why we're doing different bases and then to illustrate the idea of adding in a different base. Okay, now so many of us, if we write down the number, I'm just going to start with something basic, 231. Okay, we know what that means and we can think about it in so many different ways. Base 10 is automatic for us. Okay, so we could write this as 200s plus 3 tens plus 1 1. Okay, that would be an acceptable way to write it. If we think about our place value system, we have ones, we have tens, and we have hundreds, and we could keep going. Now, we usually write it in this form because that's what we're used to, but I could think of this just as 10 to the 0 power. If I go up to a little bit higher math, 10 to the first, 10 to the second, and 10 to the third. Okay. Now, for my example, I don't need 10 to the third, but I have 2 hundreds, so 2 in this place value, 3 tens, so 3 that fit into this place, and 1 in this place. So this is 231. Now, right now you're saying to yourself, yeah, no kidding, I know this. But it's so obvious to us as adults that we don't think about the process that our students are going to go through. For them, this has no meaning. When we first teach this, there's no meaning for the idea of 231. So, to put you in their steps, we're just going to look at some different bases. Okay, first, just for an example, we'll look at base 2, which is used a lot in computers because we have the idea of on and off. So if there's a 1 there, it's good. If there's a 0 there, it's off. Okay, so place value works the same way. Let's say I have the number 10 in base 2. Okay, it's not the number 10. If I think about the way we looked at it before, I can think about what do these place values mean. Well, this is 2 to the 0, and this is 2 to the first. I have one of these and none of those. So I have 1, 2, plus 0 ones. So my answer here is 2. Okay, let's look at another one. How about 1, 0, 1, 1? Okay, again we're in base 2. Now notice in base 2 I can only have zeros and ones. I want you to be thinking about why can't I put a 2 there? Okay, as we convert this number, I'm going to write my place value positions again, and I'm going to think, well, this is ones, this is twos, this is 2 squared, so that's the same as 4, and this is 2 cubed, so this is 8. So I have one of these, 1, 2. I don't have any 4s, and I have 1, 8. So this number here is really, so 1, 0, 1, 1 base 2 is equivalent to 8, 9, 10, 11 in our number system. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with little kids, you're not going to be dealing with these powers. And honestly, unless you're dealing with your gifted students, you might not even be teaching these different place values. And that's okay. But the idea is can you convert? Can you convert to different bases so that your students can use base 10 fluidly? Okay, now I did ask this idea. I said, why can't I put a 2 there? So let's look at that. Let's say I have the number 2, 1, supposedly in base 2. Okay, now this is wrong. I cannot write it like this. And I asked you to think about why. So hopefully you thought about it, pushed pause, maybe you did something with it. Okay, if I think about the place values again, this is 2 to the 0. Okay, or I can even write it like this. I can write it as 1s, 2s, and 4s. So I have 1, 1, and this says I have 2 2s. But if I have 2 2s, I really have a 4, right? So in order to write this, I would need to write 1, 0, 1, base 2, because I have 2 2s here. Now pictorially, I have a 1, and this says I have 2 2s. Okay, well, you can see how these two can be regrouped to make a 4. Okay, so that's why I have to put it in that position. Okay, now that's just a basic introduction to bases, and I only did base 1 and base 10 and base 2. I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to do another one so that these aren't too long for you to watch. Okay?